Ooh, shit. That right there, man, that just does something to you. Again, as much as I don't believe that Mike is going to be able to sustain a high-level attack for a very long time, I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words, because that right there is it's inside of Mike. That's what you saw in the 90s and the 80s from Mike, and that's something as a kid that, I didn't necessarily get to see a lot of, is that mentality that Mike carried. Yeah, you heard about it in interviews. Yeah, you heard about it in Joe Rogan Experience, and you could go back and watch those fights and hear Mike talk about it then, but to see that come out of him in that moment is really, really dope. But you also see another part of Mike in these last little bits where he's talking. We'll get to the sparring as well, but you see him look at Rafael Cordeiro, and he's genuinely concerned. He's like, am I doing good enough? Is that what I needed to be doing? Are you sure? You're not fucking with me. That's good. Are you sure? Like, he's still questioning a little bit if he still has it. And I love that. Obviously, it's not the greatest thing, again, for a 58-year-old Mike to be fighting. But fuck, man, I mean, he's doing it. And if he is doing it, he's trying to convince himself, or he's trying to look for that external convincing of, do I still have it? He's trying to answer that question. And honestly, yeah, it does sound like a little bit of a concerning thing, but to be able to be honest and ask that question and have those thoughts out loud and on camera and all that, I think it's a good thing. It's real. It's the truth. Not hiding from it. He's there. Woo, that gets you fucking fired up. And this is why it's a small part of me, because I do think Jake wins this fight, and I do think it gets, pretty ugly if Mike does get tired, which I fully expect him to do at some point, even though that is 2 minutes. We still have, 8 rounds, 10 rounds? I don't remember. 8 to 10 rounds? I think there's going to be a fall-off point. But you see Mike again working inside, right? He's already inside, left hook, right hand. I mean, again, it's enough of a right hand to get his opponent off balance, sneaks the left hook through, maybe doesn't land clean, then there's a nice right hand that lands clean. But this is what I want to look at. It's Mike's entries, because these will be the moments where Mike has a shot, in my opinion. His entries into range. If he can enter into range, make Jake miss and make him pay, hurt Jake, and now he's on the inside where things are a little less dangerous for him, and Jake's a little hurt already, this could be the moment where I rethink this entire equation. Like, this could be the, oh shit, Mike got him moment, right? Like, imagine where you were when Francis Ngannou hit Tyson Fury with the left hook and drop. How many people predicted that? I'll give you the answer. It was, as a percentage, damn near zero. If that is to happen, right? If Mike is to take this entry, right? Jab, level change, right hand doesn't land, but all he's doing here, and again, I'm not saying that you want to get hit like Mike does here. He kind of gets framed on, but I'm sure Jake is throwing the jab there. He's throwing the hook there. Or if this isn't against the ropes, he's maybe looking for that overhand. But all Mike's trying to do is get to this position, right? And Mike was very squared up in that peekaboo stance for his entire career. And it was just so he could get to where he could hit you with either shot, and they were power hands. He had balance in both those shots. He's essentially turned an angle here, and when he does, boom, big left hook right on the button. I saw some people said, oh, he's a left hook to the body. No, he destroys that man's face and nose with a nasty left hook on the recoil and sits his sparring partner to the ropes. That was nasty. That's a 58-year-old man dropping, I don't know how the level of this opponent, I don't know the age of it, but that's another heavyweight, big boy, and what looks to be pillows. 18, maybe 16-ounce gloves. Big time stuff. And then obviously you have Rafael Cordeiro reminding him that's good enough. But that's a lot of momentum and a lot of power and a lot of muscle memory. I'm just saying if that happens, holy shit. But then we have this, which I think is really cool. Mike is in camp, and it says Muhammad Ali's longtime manager, Gene Kilroy, stopped by to see how Mike's getting on with training. Now, we're not going to play this entire thing, but I am going to skim through it for you because there's some really cool moments. One of the first ones is Gene talking about how no one actually beat Mike, how Mike beat Mike. Let's take a listen.
I was just telling him, the only one ever beat Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
the bullshit. The fuck you don't want to hear it.
No, I do hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it because I know it.
Yeah, okay.
No one knows the
we'll tell you something. Okay.
Tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up.
Gene Kilroy, you don't know.
So I find that very interesting. And when you look at it, the whole interaction there, Mike is saying, tell me something I don't know. I know I fucked up. He's kind of right. As much as I don't think Mike Tyson's the greatest heavyweight ever, I think he could have been. Think about it. Mike had the ability. He had the mental fortitude. He had the intimidation. He had all of the things that you wanted out of a heavyweight champion. And he was young. And then obviously, Customado dying was huge for Mike's motivation, for, Mike's meaning as a heavyweight. And also the Buster Douglas loss made him a little less invincible. And some of the heavyweight divisions started to open